ERA. Over the last 6 games, they're 0.73. The Orioles are 2.3. So this is what Kyle Bradish on the left did. Only 1 run. And then again, St. Boz, they get him from Tampa Bay. He pitches, what, 13 innings against them, only gives up 2 runs. He was dominating. So again, really good starting pitching. That's a good start point. And now we get to see Trey Gibson tonight. You know, this is going to be his 2nd major league start, 3rd appearance. First one, not an easy one in Yankee Stadium, threw a couple of home runs on curveballs to Ben Rice, who has, what, 16, and Aaron Judge, who has 17. So again, he's, you know, a capable guy. In all his starts, never gave up over 3 runs down at AAA. So hopefully that'll be the case tonight.
It'll be a fun one for us and for all of our 4-legged friends at Bark at the Park. In the backdrop tonight, big smiles, tongues wagging, and bats swinging.
Hey.
Nah, it can't bang with us. Let alone spit flame with us. Look, microphone check 1 2 1 2. I be on my job here. Y'all know just what it do. Polar bear flow, coated in the igloo. I be repping topside. I be repping uptown. I be playing north. I be playing touchdown. Nah, it can't bang with us. Let alone spit flame with us. Look.
We have certainly had some fun during this Orioles homestand, lifting the lid against the Tigers. Walk-off fashion with a lot of baseball played with a doubleheader on Sunday. 13 innings then on Memorial Day, and a walk-off win for the 2nd time in 2 days, delivered by Colton Cowser. And then the big flies that we also saw from Jackson Holliday and Gunnar Henderson. Pete Alonso homered on this homestand as well. And so far, with one more team to trot in here, the Toronto Blue Jays beginning their 4-game series tomorrow night. A great way to build momentum behind a guy that's making his first start at home here at Oriole Park. It's Trey Gibson tonight.
Yeah, great place to compare to Yankee Stadium, where he made his first major league start. You know, short porch in Yankee Stadium, a little bit of room in center. So here, and those are the numbers. So again, 1 relief, and that was a pretty good against the Athletics. Pitched a couple innings, and then here is, he's got 5 pitches. Slider, that's kind of the death ball. It goes down, acts like a changeup, maybe a splitter. Sinker better than the 4-seamer, and then he's got a cutter and a curveball. The home run that he threw in New York came on that curveball. Big guy, 6'5", 240 pounds or so.
Here's a look at what Kevin Cash will bring in tonight. The Rays are 34-18. They've lost 3 in a row for the first time since the early phases of this campaign. Good speed, good contact at the top. Chandler Simpson is the speedster and almost hitting 300 at this point in the year. Junior Caminero, Jonathan Aranda, and the big bopper Yandy Diaz is de-aging. Richie Palacios, Ryan Vilade, Cedric Mullins, Carson Williams, and Hunter Fiducia clearing the card for the visiting Rays.
Now take a look at our Car Shield defense. Ward, Taveras, O'Neill. That's the outfield for the Orioles. Alexander, who's played, I mean, plays well anywhere defensively. Henderson, Gunnar back at short. Jackson at second. That's Jeremiah. And then you got Pete Alonso and Adley Rutschman doing the catching.
Trey Gibson wrapping up his warm-up tosses. Now, he has pitched in this venue before, but it's different when you make your first start at home, isn't it?
I think so, in a way, but I think he's just happy to be in the big leagues. You know, again, pitched very well at AAA. Again, what, 8 starts down there, never gave up over 3 runs, 5 of those 1 run or less. So again, you get an opportunity, and you'd like to be able to seize it, because the Orioles certainly need starters.
First pitch is a good heater right there for a cold strike 1, and with that, we are officially underway. It is a beautiful night here in downtown Baltimore. Sun is out, blue sky above. 80 degrees at our first pitch at 6:37 here on this Wednesday evening. Gibson works quickly, wands that. What a play by Henderson, sprawling and then airmailing the throw.
Well, that's the only way he's going to catch it. Again, you know, a little breaking ball. I don't know if you watched last night's game. Simpson got 2 hits, 1 on a cutter for a double, 1 on a curveball. But again, I mean, superb play, but this guy can run, and you're lucky it did not go into the dugout for 2.
Hit the rail and then bounce back. That's the only reason. An inch up or down.
So 14 steals, but caught 8 times.
Gives a misses inside to Junior Caminero.
So you got a table setter, and he just gets on. And then you got a guy that hit 45 home runs. 13 this year, as you can see. And he doesn't really chase that much.
Pitch over for a called strike.
Well, that's the Kyle Bradish sinker. 2-seamer to the righties. Started in maybe the inside third of the plate. Let it run. Much more effective fastball than the 4-seamer.
Added that sinker last summer, working in the minor leagues. Certainly feels like it'd be a big difference maker for him in the repertoire with the 4-seamer. The cut fastball, he said to me earlier in the season, has come a long way.
Well, what happens though, Ben, is that when you get guy, you got to be quick to the plate. So it changes your hole, and he does not get the call there.
The catcher is challenging the ball call.
It looks like a strike to me. Backdoor breaking ball, and instead of being 3-1, it is going to be 2-2.
Good challenge by the Orioles backstop.
Well, it's huge because you want to try to stay away from a big inning. This guy can, this guy can hit fastballs with the best of them, and now all of a sudden you're not in a fastball count.
Our ABS is powered by T-Mobile. And a move to first. Hustling back goes Simpson. By the way, that was an infield base hit for Chandler Simpson. His speed, the difficulty of the play for Gunnar Henderson. Runner stays. Broken bat inside the bag. Backhanded by Alexander. Long way to get one. On a bounce. Got 2.
Well, we talked about defense, and you just saw it. You want to have good pitching. We talked about that. That's a must against all the good teams. And right here, you make a good pitch. The ball's not hit hard. Watch Blaze Alexander. Played shortstop the other day superbly. There's your 5 to 4 to 3. So speed off the bases, and they have one of their hottest hitters coming up. Huge, huge defensive play for a young pitcher.
Can't go around the horn any further than what Blaze Alexander, Jeremiah Jackson, and Pete Alonso just did. 2 down. Jonathan Aranda at the plate.
Well, I was talking to him yesterday on the bench before the game, and I said, I have rarely seen your type of arm strength in an infielder. Maybe Aurelio Rodriguez and so forth. He said, you should see me throw from the outfield.
It's interesting because I asked Jason Bourgeois, how do you keep Blaze Alexander so sharp in the outfield and keep the reps for him ready? And the Orioles first base coach said, ground balls come first. You've got to stay athletic. You got to stay springy on his feet, get that reaction time, and then carry it into the outfield. That's ripped up the right field line, hooking into the corner, banks off the wall. That's a fair ball. Aranda will power down after banging it off the fence.
Yeah, a little cutter, and again, anything you throw up there, he's going to have a good swing at it. There's your cutter, and center cut. Now, he didn't want to throw it there, but he did, and there's your result. So hopefully, with 2 out here in the first, you learn from that, and then Tyler O'Neill plays it off the wall superbly, and you only get a single.
First pitch into Yandy Diaz, a called strike. So Trey Gibson jumping into the rotation. The Orioles bouncing Chris Bassett back to get the opener against the Blue Jays, a team that he pitched for over the last 3 seasons and was so great for them in the postseason last year. He gets the opening game of the 4-game series coming up. Pitch got down to the dirt, and that gets Aranda into scoring position.
Yeah, take a look right here. Little curveball, it looked like. And you have 2 ways you can block that ball. You can kind of move in front of it. You can backhand it. This is probably a lower percentage move, and you saw the result. And then you get a guy that, he is their best guy with runners in scoring position. Comes in at 436.
He's having another great year.
Well, you tell you how
85
good
OPS.
Shane Baz was last night. He struck him out twice. He is the third most difficult hitter between Quan Simpson, who led off the game with a single in the American League. But the quality of Baz's breaking ball was unbelievable.
That's the best we've seen out of Shane Baz last night. Pitched out of the dirt. 5-pitch walk. So after getting the double play, this inning stretching out Trey Gibson a little bit. 2-out single by Aranda off the wall. Yandy Diaz the free pass, and now Richie Palacios, who's been a pest.
Well, and not only that, again, we talked about this is the best American League team with runners in scoring position. Palacios hitting not as well as Diaz, but he's hitting .343. They put the ball in play. That's the amazing thing, is that Orioles went 6-1 last night. They make a bunch of errors. They give up 6 unearned runs. They're only 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position.
Last night, 6 unearned runs for the Tampa Bay Rays, the most that they have allowed in franchise history. Gibson trying to clear this first frame. Palacios looks outside.
Yeah, I think for a young pitcher, when you come out of AAA, is you're pitching to the scouting report. They don't really know what you do best. You don't really know what you're doing best, so you have to rely. So we're seeing cutters, and there's another one, but you will get the result you wanted.
Got out of the first, keeping the Rays off the board. Orioles coming up, their first look next. Now a chance to take all 3 here in Baltimore from the Rays if they can pick up the victory tonight. Nice to see Kobe Mayo back in the lineup. He's DHing this evening for Craig Alvarez after missing the last couple of games due to a stiff back.
And there are the numbers for Steven Matz at 35, really having a great year. 4-1, but 3-0 on the road, yet to lose. So yeah, there you go. Maybe this will lead the way.
Sizzle to the alley, cut off by Mullins. A long single for Taylor Ward.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah, 105 miles per hour. Take a look at Matz, and again, I mean, a lot of changeups. Changeup factor for this whole team is up dramatically. 4-pitch pitcher. Slider gets hit, whacked around. Changeup is the most effective, and of course he's got a curveball, and he's been pitching for a long, long time. Came up with the Mets. So again, a very effective lefty last year out of the bullpen. This year as for the Red Sox, and now a starter.
Orioles saw him go 5 and dive at the drop. Rays might need a little length from their lefty tonight, the way they went through the bullpen.
Well, he was coming off the IL with an elbow inflammation, so we'll see how far he goes. But he threw 67 pitches against the Orioles, did get up a run.
Henderson vaults it high, deep, and long gone. No doubt about number 12 for number 2. Gunnar Henderson makes it 2-0.
Well, 3rd home run of May in the last 2. One was a curveball off for Framber Valdez, a lefty. And this is a kind of a lazy slider that gets belted.
No doubt about it. Henderson leaning all over it and snaps an 0 for 14 with some serious thunder. Adley Rutschman batting on the right side.
Well, take a look. Actually, maybe it was a changeup. Either way, it gets turned around in a hurry.
Ball and a strike on Rutschman, who went 0 for 3 and walked his last time in.
Well, maybe they should do what the Astros did after they got no hit the other night. They scored 8 in the first the next night.
take 14 runs in back-to-back.
What does Ben talk about? He said, "You're going to really hurt their feelings."
Anderson soaking in the moment. 2-0 Baltimore. And how about a walk? Well. Steven Matz doesn't look very sharp here early on. You know, he's given the Rays every turn of the rotation a chance to win. Tampa Bay has won 7 of his 8 starts this season. 999 career hits for Pete Alonso. Looking to hit a 1,000 hit milestone. 5 for 18 on the homestand, including his 10th home run of the year. That drops in for a called strike and levels it off at 1-1. Tonight's player spotlight brought to you by Bet365. Bet365, where winning is everything. Odds for Pete Alonso to hit a home run tonight. Or how about a sharp single? Hit number 1,000 in the career for Pete Alonso.
Yeah, crisply on a hanging curveball or something. I mean, every ball that gets hit is right in the middle of the plate. And Kyle Snyder, little hook. He topspins it. So make sure it stays in the court.
They just flashed 1,000 career hits for Pete Alonso. Yeah, we'll take it. Oriole fans have embraced Pete Alonso so rapidly from the moment that he talked about his affection, getting to know the city, what he heard from the organization, what the organization wanted to get him involved in, what he wants to get involved in. He doffs his cap after getting the standing ovation when they flash hit number 1,000 on the video board. Congratulations to Pete.
Yeah. Well,
he's a remarkable story.
Well,
Jim.
but he's I always knew what a great home run hitter he was. I mean, coming off a year where he hit over 300 runners in scoring position, but I never knew he was as good a guy as he is.
A great guy with superstar status.
Well, yeah, and that's, comes out of New York. Kobe Mayo, as you mentioned, has had some back tightness, so he gets the chance to maybe do some damage here.
It was a late scratch on Monday. Back really stiffened up on him and then had to deal with some inflammation, so he worked through it yesterday. Got a full routine of pregame grounders, took some fungos, did some sprints in the outfield. Didn't think that he could play all 9 yesterday. Said pregame that he thought he'd be available off the bench, but with the Orioles picking up a 6-1 win, wasn't needed.
Well, he'd love it to put a play down. Roundup at first plays way off. They play him right up the middle. Palacio almost standing behind the second base bag.
Three and 1 on Mayo.
Steven Matz, not the same pitcher the Orioles saw down in Tampa.
He'll turn 35 on Friday. One of the more tenured pitchers for Kevin Cash. That's down and in. Second walk issued by Matz here in the first inning, and that will load him up.
Well, maybe 8's not out of the question.
These are the struggles for Steven Matz in the first inning. 563 earned run average and a 772 OPS.
Well, that's why when you do your sides, and you come ready, you have a guy stand at the plate. You try to simulate what's going to happen when you get in.
Taveras, a looper to right, a deke by Valade. Couldn't fool the Orioles. Rutschman truck it in, and it's 3-0.
Yeah, they got a really good read. And Valade trying to, as you mentioned, try to make believe he had a chance to catch it. Look, this good base running right here. I mean, soft little change up that stays up, hits it off the end of the bat. Valade, a big guy, was watching some of the Yankee games. Paul O'Neill, who's a marvelous player for him, does the TV. He said, I saw him in the hallway. It's kind of like running into Stanton and Judge when they're going down to hit here at Camden Yards. If you think you're in the NFL. So.
Big spot for Tyler O'Neill. You got a guy struggling to throw strikes. You know Matz wants to get over the plate. And Tyler O'Neill, who's brought to Baltimore for this exact situation. Punish left-handed pitching.
Well, I know everybody talked about that, but he had 31 home runs in Boston in 2004. He hit over 300 against lefties, but he hit, what, 15 home runs against right-handed pitching, too. So he hit everybody.
That's a rocket. Screaming into the corner and foul. Center cut sinker from Matz. It just banked left.
That is pretty much where every pitch has ended up. Steven Matz is, and you can see the ball just hooks foul. I mean, one of those nightmare. He goes as 35 with all that experience. He's still. Oh, there's the good changeup, and he swings through it. Now, I played for Earl Weaver, and Earl would always say, "Is that hitting a double play? Pop up, strike out." And that's exactly what he did. Didn't want to do it, but all it is an out. So you don't get 2 outs with 1 through. So you still have a chance with Blade Alexander coming up to have a big inning.
Base is still loaded. That was the very first out. 7 batters deep. Alexander fouls it back. He's closing out the month of May red hot. 16 for his last 52.
Well, the other thing is because he's hitting, he gets to play defense. And wherever you put him, especially at short or third, he's going to help your defense. And if you help your defense, you help your pitching.
He goes the opposite way, and he helps the offense. Knocking it Alonso, rounding third. Here comes Mayo. He will score standing up. 2-run base hit by Blaze Alexander, and the Orioles are pouring it on early. They've taken advantage of a couple of free passes. They've taken balls the opposite way, and they've taken it all out of the ballpark, too, with the Henderson home run that opened it up today.
Yeah, a little change up. I mean, really good approach. This is how you hit guys that change speeds. And that's what Matz does. You know, he just kind of pings it into right field, and the Orioles get their 4th and 5th run.
The 9th hitter of this first inning, Jeremiah Jackson.
Well, I'm just, you know, he hits a home run and you get the 8 runs that I was talking about. Is that too much to ask?
Never. Never. Shallow center. Cedric Mullins calling off Simpson. Makes the catch. A bluff at third made by Taveras. There are 2 down.
So now, anytime you start an inning, especially the first inning of a game, and the leadoff hitter comes up and you're not out of the first, things are not going well.
You've had a lot of successes in your career, but
never had a first inning like this.
Never?
No. And it's not over.
It's not over. This is the guy that teed it up.
Yeah, this guy hit 36 home runs last year.
Couple aboard for Taylor Ward, who's already 1 for 1 here in this first inning. Last night was just the 5th time all season in which he did not reach base safely in a ball game that he started. It was so awkward not to see Taylor Ward aboard. 48 walks. He's been on base 98 different times. Now 99 if you count a single.
Well, the Orioles see it. We get a note today.
Hunter Biggie.
Biggie, we saw him in that 13-inning game. But they take the 2nd most pitches of any team in baseball, and Ward is one of the reasons. And it will change with 2 strikes. There's your purpose pitch to try to change the eye level and then probably throw what his most effective pitch is, which is that changeup down and away.
Big first for the Orioles.
And there it was, but he was on it a little bit.
Just a beautiful night at the ballpark. And it's 2-2. It's 32 pitch first inning already. Working on the 10th different batter at the plate.
Yeah, the problem for Steven Matz, obviously the scoreboard, but again, almost as many balls as strikes. Oh, big swing.
Henderson launched a no-doubter, a 2-run home run. That opened it up. RBI base hits by Taveras and Alexander. Runner from first goes, and a breaking ball pulled foul.
Yeah, I talked about Ward's 36 home runs last year. He had 17 of them on breaking balls. Now, 16 on fastballs, changeups 3. 10 of them to center or right field. Other than that, all the other 26 pulled.
That's pulled just under the heels of Taveras.
Which is why you take your lead in foul territory. Otherwise, you're out. Yeah, you can see skipping rope, so to speak.
Hop, skip, and a jump. Ward battling 2 balls and 2 strikes. 35 pitch first inning already for Steven Matz. And a lob shot over to first base to chase back Alexander. It's pretty remarkable, the patience at the plate with Taylor Ward, but also he maximizes every swing with not a lot of velocity from the swing. Looks at strike 3. That'll retire the side. Ward will not challenge. What a first inning for the Orioles. They put up 5 against Steven Matz of the Rays, trying to sweep all 3 against Tampa Bay. Henderson left the ballpark. Alonso hits a milestone. And an RBI base hit by Alexander. Fans can stream MASN Plus on iOS and Android mobile devices, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku. Don't miss a pitch this season. Get your monthly subscription for MASN Plus at MASNsports.com or scan the QR code. You can get it today for $19.99 per month. Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. I'm Ben Wagner. Ryan Vilade leads it off for the Rays as the Orioles jump on top of Steven Matz and Tampa Bay with a 5-0 lead behind the rookie Kyle Gibson, or Trey Gibson. Kyle Gibson was...
Yeah, he won 15 games for the Orioles. Still one of the first year, wins 15 games, pitches like 192 innings. One of the best guys that I ever met. One of those guys you wish he had been his teammate.
I remembered the day and how excited he was in Minneapolis when a fan came up to you outside the team hotel and said, "Oh, Mr. Palmer, would you mind signing this baseball card? I've got this card of you and Kyle Gibson together." And then Gibby saw it and he couldn't believe it. Past and present. Ground ball, middle of the diamond, circled by Jeremiah Jackson, gets it over to first quickly. Vilade retired. But here's where the story comes full circle, because Trey Gibson signed with the Orioles a couple of years ago. And on a whim, a baseball family wanted to have a moment before the pressure of being a professional baseball player came on the shoulders of Trey Gibson, and he left to join the organization. His mom planned a trip to Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Karen, JR, and Trey all hopped in the car from Virginia, took a couple-hour ride, and came to the ball game as a family. And then just had their moment, and they thought about what this moment would be like together, watching their son then take the mound as a starting pitcher eventually for the Orioles. And on that day, Trey Gibson watched Kyle Gibson start down the stretch against the Red Sox that September of 2023. Cedric Mullins is part of it. He swings and misses, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, pretty good curveball. A lot of spin.
There's his dad, JR, at the ballpark watching. I asked Trey, are your parents the kind of people that will always try to attend every start, or do they like lay back in the shadows, just let you do your thing? He said, no. We are a baseball family. We love being at the ballpark no matter where. So no surprise, the family has assembled, watching Trey make his first start here at Oriole Park.
Yeah, again, I saw him in spring training. You know, we saw him in the Yankee game. Didn't do it. Ben McDonald did it, but his stuff is good enough to pitch in the big leagues. Command, we're going to have to see. And I think for a young pitcher, as I said earlier, you know, you're relying on scouting reports. They may ask you to do what you don't do best yet. So we'll see how that works out. But he did get out the first inning. That was huge.
Ground ball towards the drift. It's flagged, and the pirouette by Alexander just in time to first.
Well, Cedric runs well. The only base hit in the series was really a one-hand swing that hit it pretty much where that one was, but it got through the infield and drove in a run in that 13-inning game on Memorial Day. Good defense.
2 up and 2 down. This is Carson Williams, who's just back from the minor leagues. On the shuttle a couple of times. Here's our Xfinity Power Connections, and Trey Gibson trying to follow in line what the Orioles have been able to do recently, and that is pitch very, very well from the get-go.
Yeah, I tell you how tough a league. We talked a little bit in the opening. The Rays are 0-70-0 in the last 6 games. Now, that's because a lot of the runs have been unearned. And then the Yankees are at 150. But again, this is, you know, starters ERA was over 5 runs a game. Now all of a sudden they're pitching well, and it's great to see.
Oh, 2 to Carson Williams, out towards Taveras, backing the center fielder up, and it's a 1-2-3 second turned in by Trey Gibson. Stays 5-zip. O's. Sales event feels so right, it almost feels wrong. Only at your local Hyundai dealer. How about a little Gunner Thunder to lift the lid on our Wednesday night?
A good way after you get on the board. Ward hits a single, he hits a home run. Orioles get 5 runs, 5 hits, and 2 walks.
12th home run of the season for Gunnar Henderson. Second at bat against Steven Matz. Starts him down and away with ball 1. So Gunnar now with a dozen home runs. Only Yordan Alvarez and Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, he's thinking, you know what, if that was not only the first strike, I might have challenged that.
So the 1-1 down and away. Only Yordan Alvarez and Kyle Schwarber have more home runs this season, lefty on lefty. They've got 7. Little comebacker, bobbled by Matz, recovered, and the lefty gets the out. Bang bang play over at first.
I think Kevin Cash, who's in his 12th year, manager of the Rays, said it must be in the water here. I mean,
they've had 3 errors on pitchers in this series.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, again, in the glove, a couple of bounces off the wrist, and then reacts and throws him out. I mean, Baltimore water was always known for its fluoride. But it never affected Brooks. You know, won 16 straight gold gloves, Brooks Robinson, or Belanger, or Gritch, or Johnson, or Cal. But the Rays,
That's trouble.
Yeah.
They're not acclimated yet.
Well, and hopefully
they're used to seawater.
Yes, exactly. Oh.
Straight away center field from the bat of Rutschman. Mullen squares up.
Good sound, but hit it to center field. That's farther different distance.
Merrill Lottery's fast play contestant of the game is Jeffrey Mayer of Waldorf. You've won $500 for being selected. Gunnar Henderson put $500 more in your pocket, and now $500 for every other Orioles home run coming up tonight as well, plus $5 for a grand slam by the Orioles tonight. How can you be the fast play contestant of the game? Go to mdlottery.com/home run.
That's not a good name to have in Baltimore.
No.
Jeffrey Mayer.
I almost just glossed over and I said, you know, that guy from Waldorf.
We're calling him Jeff.
Good luck, Jeff. Alonso takes upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. It's probably just best to move on from that story.
Well, the Orioles would have liked it. Richie Garcia had got the call right in right field on the home run by Jeter. Tony Carrasco was about to catch it, and fan reached over. It just happened to have the same name as our home run contestant tonight.
How much pain do you think that guy has lived through in his life? Jeffrey Mayer. Oh, really? No, not that Jeffrey Mayer. Kyle Snyder, the pitching coach of the Rays, looking on. Early struggles by Matt. It's been a long time since the Orioles had quite a burst in the first inning off of Tampa Bay like they had tonight.
Yeah, early on, trouble to score in the first 3 innings, and it all seemed to be in the middle and late innings, which is usually when it becomes the most difficult because you go to the back end of your bullpens.
Saw a flash up there a moment ago. Biggest first inning for the Orioles since 2009 against the Rays. That's lashed on a line, sinking in right field. Nice sliding grab made by Simpson to retire Alonso and the side. So Matt's with a bounce back 1, 2, 3. We're off to the 3rd. This is being brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. And by the Law Tigers. Injured in a motorcycle accident? Call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS. That is a good boy. Yeah. Lick it up. Sweet treats at the ballpark for man and man's best friend. Bounding ball middle of the diamond past the dive of Gunnar Henderson into center field. A leadoff base hit for Hunter Fiducia. Number 9 hitter will flip the card over for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, switch hitter. Actually looks like he's a pretty good hitter. Catches the ball well. Homered off of Boz. The only run he gave up down at Tampa. Straightaway center. And we talked about it all 3 games here. They have come from behind 14 times. And that's what they're going to try to do again in the 5-run.
Feel like this lineup is built for that, a comeback approach, no matter how far you're down.
Well, they're not going to change. They're going to try to make contact. If they hit home runs, fine. Otherwise, they'll spray it all over the fields. They hit well. It's kind of an interesting team. I mean, they've had a 6-game winning streak on three occasions. They've had a 7-game winning streak, 5-game winning streak, and only 3-game losing streak, which is. And they're in one of those now.
Gibson way outside, falls behind 3 balls and no strikes.
So you got the Blue Jays coming in for 4. And if you're Craig Alvarez, you got a young pitcher with a 5-0 lead. Pretty well rested bullpen. And if you're going to walk people,
put the catcher in front of that guy.
Yeah.
Simpson aboard for the 2nd time.
What he wanted to do with a 5-0 lead.
Dangerous part of the order. Junior Caminero first.
Well, they get to see Trey Gibson for the 2nd time. He really hasn't pitched enough to really know what that's going to look like. Normally, we get the numbers first time through the order, 2nd time through the order. For some, the 3rd time through the order.
Time to take a look at our All-State Good Hands replay of the game. Teed up by Blaze Alexander, going around the horn.
Well, one pitch, after the single by Simpson, you get 2 outs. And for a young pitcher, really nice play by Alonso over at first.
Gibson looking for another.
And you know what Camaro's looking for. 13 home runs, 45 last year.
Did bounce into a lot of double plays towards the wall and left. It'll stay in the ballpark.
There's your home run swing. Just missed it.
I don't know if you've noticed, but we have some celebrity guests in the broadcast booth with us. Who do we have here? Look at these. Look at these little guys. Hello. Hey. Who do we have here?
The question is, are they defensive dogs?
Are we like defensive dogs?
Well, yeah. I mean,
spirit animals?
Orioles need outs. Oh,
these are so well behaved.
They're so adorable too.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Here we go.
Gotcha.
All right, yeah. Pile them on. Pile them on. Oh, hi. Yeah. We're so calm and so cute.
Mine wants to keep score.
Yeah. Now, have these dogs been adopted? They both got adopted today. All 3 have been adopted. You've got a brand new home. Way to go. All the dogs at the ballpark today available for adoption. These 3 in front of us have brand new homes. It is Bark at the Park, and a great, great opportunity to find dogs new homes. It's 3-0 on Jonathan Aranda. This guy's falling asleep in my lap right now. Another satisfied customer, Jim. That's outside, ball 4. Let's check in with Rob Long.
Yes, Ben and Jim, I had a chance to spend some time with Barks the day before the show, and had some beautiful, adorable dogs who had already been adopted as well. And the great thing about Barks today, if you come down to the ballpark, whether you come to the game or not, we'd love for you to come to the game. They will waive your adoption fee to give these dogs a home. As you said, Barks at the park. I love this. This is one of my favorite days. Beautiful, adorable animals. You have a chance to have your own. Add to your family. Come on down. And Barks will waive the adoption fee today. And they said it's pretty easy. 18 and over, pretty easy, simple, few steps, and you can take home one of these beautiful dogs this evening.
I love it. This guy's just like a sack of potatoes in my lap. Thank you, Jackie.
Well, back-to-back nights. You had the Knish last night.
Yeah, well, maybe I do. I don't know. It's tough to give him up. It's tough to give him up.
Well, the Orioles need it out with, again, their best RBI got. Good slider. Ground ball, you can get 2. You know what the Rays want. Bases loaded, down by 5.
They want Yandy to do Yandy things.
Yep.
It's a strike.
Yeah. Right at the knees. Oh.
Strike 3. Got him with a cutter.
Well, the cutter, I mean, it just kind of a backdoor cutter. You throw it at his front hip, and then it catches the inside corner. It should come back, go right to left. Perfect pitch.
Diaz wasn't so sure. He said, yep. Lance Barksdale said it was right there.
Pretty good time for your first strikeout, isn't it?
Yandy Diaz goes down looking. Bases loaded. I've got to get my game face back on. I was melted by the puppies. Kind of gives Wags a different meaning tonight.
Yeah. I love it when you laugh at your own material.
I'm laughing at you. If a stare could sear a hole through a human, I just got one.
I know.
Back to game face.
Yes.
Yeah. One ball and one strike.
Orioles need it out. Yeah, there's a good curveball.
That's it. That's the big hook that Trey Gibson loves. He said, "This is my favorite pitch. I've worked on others. I'm developing others, but this is my pitch. This is the pitch that I own." The big curve. 50 pitches deep, working in the third. Bases loaded. And a challenge. What is he challenging? The ball? He thinks it's a strike? I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Now the 2-2. Bounding ball. Henderson with range. High throw to Burns.
Oh, what a play.
Got him!
From short left field. Playing up the middle. This kid can actually really play. And really nice stretch by Alonso.
Dad loves it. Camden Yards on Thursday when the Orioles take on the Blue Jays. 6:35, that's tomorrow night. This special ticket package includes an Orioles AAPI celebration cap and a ticket to the ball game. Groups of 15 or more save. Get your tickets right now. Orioles.com/ticket packages. Off and rolling tonight. Orioles stay in front 5-0. A great play just turned in by Gunnar Henderson. That fadeaway throw over to Pete Alonso. Rays leaving the bases loaded. Orioles getting right back on base. Kobe Mayo sizzles one up the left field line, and he'll jog into second, standing with a leadoff double. Mayo's aboard for the second time.
Yeah, the league is finding out. If you want to mess around on the inside corner, great angle. What's here? Look at that ball. I mean, just smoked. So again, tremendous back speed. The inside half is his. Down and away, you know, the proverbial low and away, high and tight. High and tight does not work on Kobe Mayo. Very comfortable on the inside part of the plate.
Turn it around at 103 miles an hour. Now Leody Taveras.
And now, some way, he needs to get him to third base or get him in. No matter what the scoreboard says, you need to add runs. That's what good offenses do.
Rays playing along with you. They started with Caminero and Aranda drifting in.
Well, this, and we've seen him bunt. He bunted after the home run by Sile last night, which is one of the better plays of the evening. You push a bunt over to Aranda, Mayo's going to get to third, and you may beat Max, who's left-handed, to the base.
Overtime with a curveball, and it's 2-1. A couple of hits last night for Leody. Drove home a run with a single in that bat around first for Baltimore.
You know, you get Tyler O'Neill, who struck out the first time. You want to make him a better hitter, get a runner to third with less than 2 outs.
Stayed inside. It's 3-1. Popped him up. Can't advance him on the right side through the air. Palacios is there. One away.
Now take a look. You know, we were talking about Tyler O'Neill. So 31 home runs in 24 for the Red Sox. Last year only hit 9, but he was hurt 3 times. This year, totally different batting style. And it's not working. Maybe a little more upright there. I think it's great for players to make adjustments, but they got him because, again, he was a force with the Red Sox.
31 home runs. People forget he led Boston that year with those 31 home runs.
Yeah, a little more upright bat there.
That'll get a run in. A bounding ball into left field. They've been challenging the arm of Simpson all series long. No chance to get a play at the plate. O'Neill makes it 6-0.
Yeah, so maybe making a little adjustment.
Bale had the leadoff double. He's cashed in.
So, yeah, keep the bat a little more parallel. That's what Jackson Holliday did last year. A little change up, pulls it across the plate, and Tyler O'Neill does not miss it. And then you're right about everybody. Not only in this series, everybody's going to run on Simpson and Mullins. Cedric can get any ball in the ballpark, but he doesn't throw well. It's just that's always been the way. He's worked on his throwing. They said Simpson's done the same on his jumps, but he doesn't have a strong throwing arm.
Nothing Orioles. Blaze Alexander knocked it a couple back in the first inning. He's now 4 for 10 in the series. Behind 0-2.
Well, Toronto won today 2-1. They may be in town already. So
probably close, depending on how the border went. Blue Jays coming to town, a 4-game series as you look at a former Blue Jay for a year, Steven Matz. And they will not face Kevin Gausman. He had the finale earlier today against the Marlins. They're laid underneath it. 2 away. And there's a little uncertainty just this week. Toronto lost Dylan Cease out of their rotation. There's a couple of TBAs listed. Orioles set up how they want to go, bumping Chris Bassett back. An extra day of rest.
Yeah, Guerrero was hit on the hand, or elbow, I guess, up. So he hasn't played. I don't know if he played today or not.
He did.
Yeah.
He was back in there after missing a couple of days. But Patrick Corbin will pitch tomorrow, left-hander. And Trey Savage then gets the start against Brandon Young on Saturday. Those are the only 2 sure things right now that the Blue Jays have announced in terms of their rotation. Line to the shortstop, handled by Williams, and that'll retire the side. Birds back on the board, an RBI base hit from Tyler O'Neill, making it 6-0. Shop Toyota for legendary style and reliability, and check out the all-new RAV4 at toyota.com. That's Gunnar Henderson on the back of the board. And Steven Matz, he was looking lost early on. Henderson launched his 12th of the year. Orioles a 5 spot in the first. Tyler O'Neill making it 6-0 with an RBI single. And a cushion for the youngster, Trey Gibson, who starts off Ryan Vallee. Sinker in for a called strike 1. Off the fist, caught on the fly at second.
Yeah, tried to wait. A little backup curveball that just stayed in. Vallee came in last night and pinch hit. Got a base hit, so that's probably why he's in the lineup. Victor Mesa played last night, had homered the night before.
Cedric Mullins closing out his first series as a visitor in this ballpark. His 399th game played here at Oriole Park. After being traded, didn't come back to Baltimore last year, so this is the first go around. Takes it the opposite way out of the reach of Henderson. He's got a base hit.
Yeah, 97, but it was the 4-seamer. It's the pitch in the minors. They got hit really hard. Nice swing by Cedric. That's a 300 swing right there. Just hit it the other way.
His numbers haven't shown it overall in the season because he had such a tough start, but Kevin Cash was really applauding how consistent Cedric Mullins has been with his approach and his work, and he said we are seeing better at bats, we are seeing better results just observing him, even though you haven't seen enough base hits. to really move the needle on the statistics?
Well, yeah, I mean, hitting 281 in May. So when you're down in the 160s, yeah, it's an improvement. And then again, the defense is outstanding. And they're playing well. I mean, not in this series, but
It's been a tough road trip. Lost one of the games in New York. They were walked off on Sunday. Walked off on Monday. A hopper down to Alexander. Starts it again. Jackson on the turn. Alonso handles it on the receiving end, and around the horn it goes for the second time tonight.
it's all about good pitching. Again, you hit it to Blaze Alexander. Big mistake. Got an arm, accurate arm. And then Jeremiah Jackson much improved.
Hey Birdland, Japanese Heritage Night has been rescheduled. It is now June the 11th. O's will take on the Mariners. Buy a special ticket package and score a limited edition Japanese Heritage Orioles jersey. Groups of 15 or more will save. Get tickets at Orioles.com/ticket packages. Bobbing, weaving, feeling the tunes, getting loose at the ballpark with our favorite four-legged friends. Oh, the ears perk up too. We like the music. We like the score.
Exactly. Loves the scoreboard.
6-0.
Yeah, Hunter Biggie, we saw him on Memorial Day. Came in, throwing air on a pickoff. So a couple of runs, one of them earned. And he's actually pitched very well for him with one exception. Gave up 8 runs and 6 hits against Miami. And before that, talk about being good. I mean, he was. I mean, he retired 15 straight, 19 out of 20.
Pressed into relief here in the 4th inning. Taylor Ward pops it up. Aranda, Palacios. Aranda from first. One down. Second time the Rays have had a starter go very short in this series. Griffin Jax was knocked out last night. Also saw Jesse Schultens soak up a ton of innings out of the bullpen. That was in the extra inning marathon on Memorial Day.
And you can see, I mean, Biggie's got good velocity. I mean, he's got 4 pitches, which is probably why he was effective, with the exception of that game against the Marlins.
Anderson bounds it towards first. That is foul. Gunner's gone 50-50. He has had 6 home runs against right-handed pitching. He's had 6 home runs now against left-handed pitching. Earlier tonight, the 2-run home run that opened the scoring. Stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. Let's have a look at our StatCast. Home run traveled by Gunnar Henderson, 392 feet.
Well, out into the construction zone. That's where you want to have a helmet on there. And right center past the flag court.
That's the first home run that Steven Matz has allowed against a left-handed batter on a changeup since 2019. Let's go down to Rob Long.
Hey guys, you see Adley Rutschman at the plate. We talk about his offensive improvement with his health, but I think sometimes we overlook his defensive improvement. Right now, he's #1 in Major League Baseball in fielding run values for catchers. For those of you wondering what that is, it's an all-encompassing StatCast metric that measures how many runs a baseball player prevents compared to an average fielder. As you see him get the double right there to right field. And speaking of Orioles catchers and defense, in the 2nd inning, Tyler O'Neill was able to field the ball off the wall, preventing a double. And the loudest cheerleader on the bench was Orioles catcher Samuel Basallo, who didn't even start tonight's game. Another sign that Oriole catchers take defense very personal here.
Well, again, if this team is going to get back to 500 and they come in here, what, at 25-30, they have to play better defense. And they have lately. And part of it is who you're going to play. You know, who's out there. They all went, I mean, they've all in spring training tried to be the best players they have, but Got to keep working at it. It's not easy. Yeah, he stumbles a little bit. Oh, the left ankle.
That really rolled. Very reminiscent of what happened to Ryan Mountcastle. Towards the middle, Palacios picks it up. That'll retire Pete Alonso and a side here in the 4th inning. Rutschman's been bored twice, jogging off with the O's on top 6-zip. Coming to Camden Yards this weekend. Post-game Friday, enjoy a Star Wars themed fireworks show presented by SeatGeek. Saturday, be one of 15,000 fans and take home a Jordan Westbrook Star Wars bobblehead presented by PNC. And then on Sunday, 10,000 fans 12 and under get a Star Wars poster. Don't miss this epic galactic weekend. Get your tickets at Orioles.com/tickets. You know what the favorite character for a dog is in Star Wars? Chewbacca.
Yeah, you can leave.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye-bye. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Under Fiducia leading it off. Takes down and away.
Well, this is a critical inning. They always, George Wills and his men at work always talked about critical innings for pitchers. You're a young guy. You're 24. You want to get your first major league win. You need to get 3 outs.
And cut and miss on the 2-0 by Fiducia. Wide for the Dodgers for 3 players, including Ben Rortvedt, who was with the Rays a couple of years ago. Also a Yankee. 2-2.
Well, Hunter's mystified here. You know, 2-0. He throws him a cutter that looks like a slider, and then comes right back with a curveball. So all bets are off. Anything. Could be a sinker, could be a cutter, could be. We haven't seen a lot of death pitches tonight, have we? That's a combination of slider, changeup, knuckleball that goes straight down.
Line towards the middle and just out of the reach of Henderson.
See, there's a difference between a good cutter, he swung through it, and then one right down the middle. And once again, hittable pitch and puts a good swing on it.
He's 2 for 2 tonight.
Take a look. I mean, look where it ends up. This is the Rays just trying to get back in the game, pecking away, and eventually, if you do that often enough, you get something on the scoreboard.
They've had enough traffic. 5 hits, 3 walks issued by Gibson tonight, but a couple of huge double plays behind the right-hander.
Yeah, Simpson, get these numbers. He's made contact on almost 96% of the fastballs that has been thrown to him this year. It's almost 100%, really.
He's almost at 300 right now.
Right, and then he's hitting 298 on that fastball. So this is a guy that knows who he is. All he's trying to do is barrel up the ball.
I think with his speed, people just think, well, he's just a fast guy. He's not a good hitter when he can get on base, but he led the nation at Georgia Tech with a .433 batting average his last year with the Yellow Jackets. He's had a bat. It's translated through the minors. Knows that he is not a power hitter. To your point that you were saying, he understands who he is.
Yeah. We talked about Enrique Bradfield if he can stay healthy. This may be the style. It doesn't mean you're a bad player. It just means who you are. And difference is Bradfield can really play the outfield. Throws better. He just got called up. Easily. Trevor Martin, who pitched last night, was sent back down, AAA.
(3-2). Another double play ball. Feed from Jackson. Henderson turns it with plenty of time to spare.
Well, the only way you do that, obviously, and this is a 4-6-3, is with Simpson running and hitting, is if it's hit pretty hard. And it's a little cutter that he hits. I mean, it's perfectly all you got to do, and that's the big if. There's your 4. There's your 6. And there's your double play.
Third double play turned tonight by the Orioles. And a little bit more of a comfortable situation facing Junior Caminero,
who hit one of the double plays and then just missed a home run the last time. I mean, skied it to deep left. Miguel Cairo done a nice job. He's put everybody on alert, as did Craig Alvarez, the new manager. We need to be a good defensive club.
Nice guy to lean on that did it 17 seasons in the big leagues and has worn so many different caps now as a coach and a manager. 3-0 to Caminero, revved up, but he'll take it for a strike.
Yeah, it's almost like Trey Gibson feels more comfortable just throwing the cutter for a strike than any of his other pitches.
Jonathan Aranda out on deck. This is the part of the lineup that can thump. (3-1). Over for a called strike.
Yeah, good sinker. I mean, not at the knees, but again, good movement. Thought it might be high.
Crowd behind Gibson trying to get him through 5, and he's going to do it. Flags it on top of the bump. A 5-hit shutout through 5 in his first start at Oriole Park. Dad, JR, he loves it. Everybody having a good time tonight at the ballpark, watching the Orioles burst out of the gate with 5 4-1s, buzz cuts, thirsty ones. We love Dog Day. We love Bark at the Park. Jonathan Heasley out of the bullpen will work on Kobe Mayo.
Yeah, but won his last 3 starts down in AAA and 10 consecutive scoreless innings. Started the year with Kansas City and then signed to a minor league deal April 11th.
Went back to the Royals organization, the first team to give him a chance in the big leagues 5 years ago. 2 seasons ago, a brief time with the Orioles where he made 4 appearances. That was the last chance that he had in the big leagues until tonight. 29 years of age. In the majors with the Royals, 21, 22, 23, 36 overall appearances. Spent some time in the rotation back in 2022 with Kansas City. Twelve-year skipper Kevin Cash. Oh, not feeling so hot out on the hill. You could tell that he was feeling some discomfort after those first couple of pitches to Kobe Mayo, and then he asked for a moment.
Well, it is a very hot and humid night, so you're hoping maybe it's just a little bit of heat, not any injury. So hydrate.
Heasley's going to collect himself, Got a couple of swigs of water. Trying to wash away this moment in a couple of different ways. You ever taken the mound ill?
Yes. You know, a little flu-like symptoms, 100 degrees.
I mean, that has to be one of the worst feelings in the world.
Well, wow.
That's loud contact, but banking foul.
Well, one of the great stories is I wasn't feeling well and come to the ballpark, I have a fever, about 100, and go get him out in the first inning, and we score 5 runs in the bottom of the first. And Earl Weaver looks at me and he says, "Just imagine how sick you would feel if you stayed home and didn't have a 5-0 lead after a minute." I felt better right there. It was really one of the few things that Earl told me that made a lot of sense.
2-2.
Yeah.
That'll drop into left field. Mayo's aboard again for the 3rd time tonight. He walked his first time up, led off the 3rd inning with a double, came in to score, and he stings a single here to open up the 5th.
Yeah, fastball for the double, hanging curveball. Watch this ball just hover. Stays up just enough, and of course Kobe, 6'4", 6'5"-ish, long arms, easily gets to it.
Towards the middle, and it'll scoot through. A base hit for Taveras. Good read by Mayo. He cuts the bag and goes to 3rd.
Well, 10th hit already tonight. Nobody out here in the 5th.
Tyler O'Neill called back righty on righty here, so they're going to opt for the left-handed pinch hitter and Colton Cowser. So Cowser, who went 1 for 3 last night, homers on Sunday and on Monday. Tyler O'Neill getting the explanation, hugging it out. Job well done tonight. Donnie Ecker, the bench coach, his congratulations. Runner from first is going, and the pitch in there without any contest to get Leody Taveras, his 6th stolen base of the year.
Well, he can run, and he's got good baseball running, stealing instincts. And now they're going to bring the infield in.
Cowser behind 0-2.
That's the book on Colton. At some point, he just has to figure out how to hit changeups. Well, he can hit some curveballs, but the change just gives him a problem. There's another one.
And he's down on 3 pitches.
You know, part of it is the swing's maybe a little bit long, and you're anxious, and you're a really good fastball hitter. And just look how the body opens up. Stay closed a little bit longer. Maybe you can stay on the ball. You can. It's not always about. You know, everybody's talking about bat speed now. Is the bat head stay through the hitting zone? I still remember an article where they talked about Albert Pujols, who, you know, kind of future Hall of Famer, and when he ended up with 700 home runs or whatever it was. They said he had good bat speed, but not ultimate. But his bat stayed through the zone so long. And that's part of hitting. To be a good hitter, you need to match the plane of the baseball.
So you're maximizing impact, the damage.
Well, the ability to do it through the zone. If you're in and out, it's harder, and you have a steep swing, it's harder to hit the ball consistently. Of course, some people teach, okay, I need a steep swing so I can hit home runs. And that's why we see strikeouts across the game up so dramatically.
Launch angle. 2 balls and 1 strike. Infield stays in, and Alexander goes up the left field line. He'll drive home 2 more. Blaze Alexander with a couple of hits tonight. He's knocked in 4. 8-zip. Baltimore on top.
Well, you're going to get up with this lead 8 times. So until you're done, you might as well get as many hits, as many runs as you can. And once again, Pop spins it down into the corner for 2. 2 bases and 2 more RBIs, as you mentioned.
11 hits tonight for the Birds. They've scored now in 3 of their 5 at-bats. Looking for more. Jeremiah Jackson's fly to center and line to short. Softly struck out to center. Cedric Mullins is there. Alexander with a bluff away from second. 2 down. Taylor Ward's 1 for 3. Got 2 plate appearances in his very first inning. That's just off the outside corner. And another reason why that swing rate is so low.
Well, good hitters know what they want to hit. They do not expand the strike zone until they get the 2 outs.
That's the best play on words of the night, by the way. Two balls and 1 strike. Ruffman. Pulled towards third. Foul. Kevin Yarrow trying to complete the plate just to make sure. You have a dog?
Do I have a dog?
Yeah. Do you have a dog?
Yeah, Teddy.
Teddy.
White-haired dachshund.
I knew you were a dog lover.
Well, my girls always had it, and now that we have, you know, my Spencer, my stepson, who has autism, said. My wife said, "What do you want to name him?" He said, "Well, we have a good friend, there's a stuntman, Teddy Grossman, who's now 95, one of the world famous. So now we'll name him after Teddy. So we have a human Teddy Grossman, and we have a wire-haired dachshund."
Has Teddy met Teddy?
Oh, of course. Teddy Grossman, the stuntman, the only time he ever liked dogs if there was a blonde on the leash.
He'll take one for the team then. What a guy.
Yes.
What a guy. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Taylor Ward. Time called by Ward at the plate. Orioles have tacked on a couple with a double from Alexander. 3-2. Ward got it into the glove.
Yeah. Chase one. You don't see this happen very often, but the Orioles still 11 hits, 8 runs, lead by 8.
Fans can stream MASN Plus on iOS and Android mobile devices, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku. Don't miss a pitch. MASN Plus monthly subscriptions are available for $19.99 per month. Go to MASNsports.com or scan the QR code right now to get yours today. Rob Long down on the sidelines with the Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. I'm Ben Wagner. And it is Bark at the Park night. Those dogs know exactly when the cameras are on. Jonathan Aranda with a sharp liner dropped into right field, a leadoff knock for the Rays.
This is really getting boring. He's getting so many hits. Now take a look at Trey Gibson trying to get his first major league win with an 8-0 lead. So all kinds of different pitches. The end, I mean, the 3 double plays. Why? Because it's 15 outs. And again, only 2 balls hit in the air. And a couple line drives, but fly balls, 2 of them.
Do we know that Trey Gibson is a ground ball guy, a fly ball guy yet?
He is tonight.
You are what you are on the given night, right? Orioles turning 3 double plays tonight. Second time that they've done it this season. The last time was opening day behind Trevor Rogers against the Twins.
Well, that's when Kobe Mayo had the exceptional day at third base. A couple of.
Kobe Mayo back in the lineup tonight, DHing. Sounds like he'll be back there against the Blue Jays tomorrow at third base, which is good news. Yandy Diaz walked his first time up, then got caught looking. First strikeout of the night for Trey Gibson, and to this point the only batter that he's fanned. Towards the corner. Will it stay playable? It will not. There's a happy crew. Dogs out, paws in the air. My recall of the breeds of dogs is just not automatic, but I know happy dogs when I see one. That's a happy pup. Oh, watch out. Cutter in tight on Diaz, who flails out of the way.
Well, do they have like a $5 bargain meal for dogs here at Tampa?
Ooh. A pup cup?
Well, that's Starbucks.
Chipped away. Is that real?
What, a pup cup?
Yeah.
It's a little cup of whipped cream.
That's a sweet treat.
And I don't want you going into the Starbucks downtown and asking for that tomorrow.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. 3-2 out of play again. Battle continues with Yandy Diaz. Colton Cowser stayed in with a straight change.
And do we have action in the Oriole bullpen?
Stirring, certainly.
Keegan Aiken, pitch count at 85. Well, ground ball, you might have your 4th double play. And he takes it. I thought that was ball 4.
Yandy had no idea. It's same rules as last year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're down by 8, and it's easy to lose your focus a little bit.
4?
Yeah.
Right? 4?
Former catcher, he knows. He's not pulling anything by Kevin Cash.
That's bounded away, foul by Palacios. There's a good look at Keegan Aiken loosening. Orioles had a decision to make whether or not they would tap Trey Gibson to make the start tonight against the Rays, or would they bump Chris Bassett back to what we now know will start against the Blue Jays tomorrow. But we'd seen Keegan Aiken pitch in front of Chris Bassett, so that was up for grabs, and kind of the think tank of discussions on how to utilize the pitching staff in the matchup tonight against Tampa Bay.
Well, if you knew Bassett was going to, be your bulk guy, because Aiken does not get lefties out as well as righties, you're still going to play your lefties even against him. So doesn't give you the kind of advantage that Kevin Cash when he started it out in Anaheim with Sergio Roman.
Just past the anniversary of that 2018 opening assignment. Ground ball handled by Alonso. High throw pulls Henderson off the bag. Or did it?
Not a high percentage play. I mean, he makes a nice play. Usually with an 8-0 lead, you take the easy out. It's a hard throw because of the runner. But again, very good athlete. There's your throw. Look at Gunnar. Comes up. And quickly, of course, Diaz doesn't even slide.
He's kind of ran through that play.
Yeah.
I guess when you know, you know. So one down. A little bit of a gift. You'd like to see a slide there, right?
Yes.
I mean, let's.
Yeah.
I don't want to gloss over a play that wasn't made, but I mean, it's.
Well, I think part of it is he was hoping to get hit in the back or the shoulder or whatever because of the angle, but eventually you just go into a slide.
Would have been bases loaded. Perhaps
I mean,
even
if you're 35, somebody will come out and help you up.
I mean, Gunner's a nice enough guy. He might help you up.
Exactly. He would say, "Sir, can I help you up?"
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. 1-1. Out of play by Valade.
Well, good time to strike him out. I only have one strikeout on my card.
That's it. It was the Diaz looking.
A little cutter that stayed up right in the middle of the plate.
On the outside corner with a four-seamer.
Well, he's going to challenge that.
Batter is challenging the strike call.
Now watch Adley bring the glove back. Now, did it get the corner anyway? And it did not.
So Valade wins the challenge.
Call is overturned. It's the ball.
Well, smart challenge because you're going back to the bench and get your glove, or you take a chance that maybe it was a little bit outside as it was.
The 2-2 down to the dirt. Good stuff by Adley. Arado the runner at third base. Yandy Diaz erased. Now Richie Palacios over at first. Started with a single, then the walk, then the fielder's choice. 3-2 to Valade. Bounced away. 95 pitches now for Trey Gibson.
Yeah, that two-seamer is it's arm side. You know, he doesn't throw it down and away very often.
His most used pitch tonight, 30 of them. Whacked up the right field line. Long run over for Cowser as he watches it go to the bleachers. The curveball was such a detrimental pitch against the Rays lineup, facing Kyle Bradish, facing Shane Baz. Thought it might be something that Gibson leaned on tonight a lot. He has thrown 16 of them.
Yeah, well, he also has to throw something that they put in play here. You don't want to walk another batter.
Back off the fist. Alonso gives it a look, but it's
and
right
again,
off the
I mean, the way he pitches, that could be any pitch. Probably the cutter. It seems like it's his favorite pitch in a jam. And I wonder if he threw 90. I could really go on my iPad and see if he threw 97 pitches down at AAA Norfolk.
Hasn't gotten a lot of swing and miss tonight. Another lengthy battle continues. There's only been 4 whiffs.
87 pitches in that first start at Yankee Stadium. 4 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all on home runs. Judge with a 2-runner, then Rice with a solo shot.
85 pitches, the most in the minors as well. Chopper towards third.
Well, there's that curveball.
If I would have gone to the day-by-days of Trey Gibson in the minors and saw a 9 in his pitch count, I would have been stunned. The way everything is so massaged and calculated in the minor leagues anymore. Emptying the tank here in the 6th. Trying to turn in the 3rd straight quality start for an Orioles starter. Towards the hole, Henderson gobbles it up. Jackson on a bounce to first, not in time.
Nice try. Bounce, but right on the money. Well, they get their first run of the evening. And here comes Craig Alvarez. This is about the pitch count, even 100.
Century mark on the hurls tonight. His first start at Camden Yards. What a moment for the entire Gibson family. JR documenting it to share for a lifetime.
Going to get his first major league win. Undrafted. And having a chance to have his record at 1-0. Now you can see nice curveball, nice defense, great play by Gunnar Henderson. Again, most of the outs tonight on the ground. 3 double plays. Got himself in trouble 4 out of the 6 innings. Leadoff guys on, but then that ground ball on 3 occasions gets him out of trouble. And meanwhile, the Orioles are putting 8 runs on the board. That's keeping an Aiken in. Going to face Cedric Mullins. And for Keegan, you know, gets righties out, lefties hitting .318 off him.
There's Cedric Mullins. Nearly 1,400 plate appearances, 351 hits here in this ballpark. Endless defensive highlights. He went through it all during his Orioles tenure.
Well, as you talked the other day, been sent back to the minor leagues, gave up switch hitting, and ended up being the only 30-30 guy in the history of the Oriole franchise. 30 home runs, 30 steals.
Colton Cowser puts him away. That'll retire the side. Rays do pick up their first run on a great night by Trey Gibson. Orioles and a lot of their furry friends may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Orioles. It is always an anticipated night at the ballpark, and it turns out to be one of the most fun evenings. Bark at the Park.
Some rather large pets here tonight. That's why they have Boog's Barbecue here. Can you imagine
Feed the dogs?
Yes. Come go out on Utah Street, wander around. A lot of choices.
Sniffing around. Does Boogs give out free bones?
Don't think so.
Perhaps-
Got to
perhaps
go to
next
Key
time.
West for that.
Hi, Boog. Henderson again. Out into the night.
Well, another changeup. Tell you what, talking about changes of direction on some changeups tonight.
Number 12 was a 2-run shot in the first. A baker's dozen starts us off here in the 6th. Pause up. Good job, Gunner. Couple of scratches behind your ears. Belly rubs for everybody named Gunnar. Here's Adley Rutschman on the left side against Heasley.
Well, again, a classic case of the obvious with 105, maybe 104 games. You get this guy hot, there'll be a lot better team.
Rutschman sends it out of play. He's behind 0-2.
What the top 3 hitters last night, even though the Orioles went 6-1, they go 0 for 10. Tonight, a little different story.
Making some noise up top. Taylor Ward with a leadoff single to open up the ball game. The 2-run home run by Gunnar Henderson. Adley Rutschman's added a double and a walk. Pete Alonso, nice milestone for him, his 1,000th hit. He's 1 for 3 tonight.
Blaze Alexander with 4 RBIs.
Got an RBI single in the first inning and a 2-run double in the 5th. Kevin Cash moving his defenders around.
Well, Victor Mesa back. He's on the left. First 2 games, he's back in right field.
(9-1) Baltimore. A 2-homer game for Gunnar Henderson. It's been a while since we've seen 2 in a game for Gunnar. Tonight is his 3rd career multiple homer game. The first since last, or actually 2 Junes ago, June 21st, down in Houston. Home run 98 and 99 tonight in his career. Two balls and 2 strikes on Adley. Towards the middle. Another base hit for Rutschman, who's aboard for the 3rd time.
Yeah, another changeup too. Hit hard.
+105 off the bat of Rutschman. Rutschman doubled into right field and a single towards the middle. Here's Pete. Single, a line out, and a bounce out. They cut at the 0-1.
Well, Heasley, not one of those 95, 97 guys. So that fastball, you throw it belt high. I think Pete thinks he can handle it. Home run on base hit this inning on changeups.
That's tapped off the plate.
There's another one.
Jackson Holiday chatting it up with Craig Albertaz, playing out potential pinch hit opportunities, I'm sure. Down in the tunnel. Active warm-up.
Well, as you mentioned, Patrick Corbin, a lefty pitching for Toronto tomorrow, so maybe Craig Albertaz wants to get his 22-year-old second baseman and a bat or two. So maybe we will see Jackson Holiday.
Chris Bassett, Patrick Corbin tomorrow. Another 0-2. Pulled, just foul.
Wow.
That was really close.
Yeah, it certainly was.
See Oliver Dunn watching that ball go right past his dive.
Yeah, Will Little, the third base umpire, so he's right in line with the bag.
One ball and 2 strikes on Alonso. Up there battling. Archman single, follow the Henderson homer. And the 1-2. Out back again.
Yeah, good hitters do not, they don't care what the scoreboard says. They do not give away at bats. It was a home run swing. I mean, he aired it out on the little breaking ball.
Eighth pitch of the at bat, put in play. Out to the shortstop, handled to second. Palacios on to first in a double play. And 2 down. Lock in your block of seats or hospitality package today and save big. Group seating offers a wide variety of seating and pricing options to fit any group's needs. Visit Orioles.com/groups to learn more. Orioles up big tonight, 9-1. Kobe Mayo has been on 3 times and plated 3 of the 9 runs. Walked his first time up. Started the 3rd inning with a 2-bagger. And then started the 5th with a single. Mayo got underneath it. Simpson in left will retire the side. Gunnar Henderson started off the fireworks tonight with a 2-run home run in the 1st. And in the 6th, number 99 in his career, soaring to the seats. Birds on top, flying high, 9-1. To get out and play, you can visit playball.org to register for a free event near you today. Seventh inning baseball here at Oriole Park. Carson Williams with a deep drive out to the brand new left fielder, retreating Blaze Alexander. Handles the drive off the bat of Williams.
Yep, all over the place tonight.
Weston Wilson coming into play third base. And Jackson Holliday not only getting ready to hit, but activating to play short after chatting with manager Craig Albernaz a little bit ago. Hunter Fiducia, a couple of base hits tonight. Left at third base after singling to lead off the 3rd inning, and then led off the 5th and raced on one of the 3 double plays turned behind Trey Gibson.
Well, it's a good moment, situation, whatever you want to call it, for Keegan Egan to try to get back on track. This year is just, first of all, you know, on the IL with the groin problem, so you never know how that affects your ability to throw the pitches you want with the stuff and the movement.
Towards the middle. Yeah. A nice night at the plate for Fiducia. 3 singles.
Well, nice approach, and again, once again, I mean, it looks like he gets good pitches to hit and doesn't miss them. Little slider that stays up. See, you know, you want it down and away, just goes out and hits it right back up the middle.
Tapper towards Holliday. No play at second. Jump throw quickly over to first, not in time. Had to think about it for a moment before that safe call. And of course, the speed of Chandler Simpson. Orioles will challenge.
Yeah, Jackson made it close. So again, comes in, maybe a slight hesitation. No, might have gotten him. Is the foot down when the ball's in the glove?
Baltimore
You're out.
challenging
Yeah.
safe call at first base.
They're going to reverse that.
This will be a quick flip right here.
But you can see how fast, how fleet Chandler Simpson is.
Hyundai Manager's Challenge, the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Deals so right, it almost feels wrong. Only at your local Hyundai dealer.
I mean, he's definitely out. Now, whether they see it that way is up to them.
After the view, following the field, making the runners out. Baltimore will return the challenge.
That is our honorary Bark at the Park home plate umpire, Lance Barksdale.
What a perfect home plate umpire tonight. A Bark at the Park night.
Perfect. Working right in front of Ruffman. Holiday trying to make it 2 for 2, and he does. Time to stretch here in downtown Baltimore on Bark at the Park night. Orioles trying to complete their 3-game series sweep of the Tampa Bay Rays. Got a really nice start tonight with 5 in the first, adding a run in the third, a pair in the fifth, and 1 more in the sixth. They lead it 9-1 over Tampa Bay. Leody Taveras opening up the 7th.
And then Trey Gibson only gives up a couple of fly balls, 1 run, 3 double play balls.
Colton Cowser coming to the plate. Came on for Tyler O'Neill back in the 5th inning as a pinch hitter. We have seen Trey Gibson major league debut at Yankee Stadium, a couple of innings out of the bullpen in what was his debut at Oriole Park a couple of weeks back. His first start here at home tonight. I don't know that you can examine any of the 3 outings and say anything else than he looks like a major leaguer.
Well, he does. He's got major league stuff.
Bounding ball, left side, done. Makes the throw anyway. Cowser was going to beat that out easily.
That's what he does. He either hits walk-off home runs or infield hits. But he took the cover off the ball last night and hit it right on the end of the bat. Hit a little scribbler down the left 3rd baseline. Little curveball, stays inside. Boy, good things happen if you make contact.
Yeah, he got in play last night, had a cut single. Saw a little piece of the leather on the baseball flipping through the infield. Big night for Blaze Alexander. Single, a double, 4 runs driven in.
Well, I would imagine he will play again tomorrow night because it's a lefty and because he's driven in 4 runs.
Oh, he's looking for more.
Maybe 5.
A deep shot out to left field. His first as an Oriole on his biggest night here in Birdland. Have a night, Blaze Alexander. 3 hits, 6 driven in, and your first in Baltimore.
Yeah, that was a no doubt about it. And not always easy to hit home runs with the wall being moved back a couple of years ago. I mean, it's come up a little bit, but still a legitimate home run.
Blaze Alexander now with a career high 6 RBIs, turning this game into a laugher. And he knew it on contact. Up the middle, stung, but it'll hang up for Mullins. Jeremiah Jackson retired, 2 down. How about this look?
And he knows it.
Lenia.
Well, he came in with 8 RBIs and he's going to leave tonight with at least 13.
Quite the move up the leaderboard.
And I think if I'm Trey Gibson, I'm asking my manager, the next time I pitch, Can Blaze be in the lineup?
I like this run support thing.
Exactly.
Jackson Holiday out to center field. Mullins pulling up in front of the wall. That'll retire the side. We are through 7 and a double-digit lead for the Orioles.
Games, of course, brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Get a 15-minute oil change plus over 15 courtesy services with no appointment. Get more in a Jiffy. As Yennier Cano comes in, boy, is he on a roll this year. Throwing strikes, throwing sinkers, came up with a little splitter. Last year struggled against lefties, struggled with runners in scoring position. Not the case this year.
11 of his last 12 outings have been scoreless. And that guy is providing a big score, driving in 6 tonight. 2-run single, a 2-run double, and a 2-run home run. Victor Mesa will lead it off for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, this is about getting Yennier with the Blue Jays coming in, get him some work. Hasn't pitched since Memorial Day on Monday. And if he does his job, it will not be a high pitch count, which is basically throw sinkers, change ups, and splitters.
Still will mix in the slider against right-handed batters, but certainly going out, he changed his off-season workout routine, felt that that gave him a big advantage coming into spring training. Plus then, of course, the results on the splitter early on told you it was going to be a big year for Yennier Cano.
Well, what happened last year was because he pitches, lefties away, they would all kind of crowd the plate, didn't really have a strikeout pitch.
That's lined into right field.
And it just pulls it across the plate, and there you go. Look at that. Easy, just drop the bat. Mason Jr. hit a home run a couple of days ago.
Orioles AAA affiliate, the Norfolk Tides will host the Durham Bulls. That's a AAA team of these Tampa Bay Rays tomorrow on MASN and the MASN Plus app at high noon. Don't miss your chance to see the next generation of Orioles prospects as they continue their climb towards the big leagues. Nick Fortes will pinch hit for Yandy Diaz in the DH spot.
Backup catcher or one of the 2 catchers they have. Well, how about the 4th double play of the night for the Orioles?
Charging in at third, Weston Wilson's got a clean glove and a safe call at first.
Yeah, really nice play to even make it close. Baltimore chop.
Orioles will not ask for a replay. Look at the nifty work at third. Infield single for Fortes. Runners at first and second. Nobody down here in the 8th. Former Towson Tiger Richie Palacios 0 for 3 tonight. His brother Josh played in the big leagues. His uncle Ray played in the big leagues.
Really?
Yeah, Ray Palacios.
Yeah, he got an error last night on a ball that hit the bag. It still mystifies me how that could have been called an error. One of the 6 unearned runs that they had.
You don't like errors off of objects?
Well, it wasn't a routine play. The degree of difficulty when high chopper hits the top of the bag. I think I've never scored I've scored games, but not officially.
Yeah, you're doing it every night.
Yeah, exactly. But I would say, imagine myself saying, okay, high chopper hits the top of the bag, and I give the second baseman an error.
Ooh, watch out.
not a normal major league play. And of course, if I was pitching and the ball hit the bag and they gave my second baseman an error, I'd say exactly right call.
Thank you.
They're not earned runs, but
a little bit of rain has arrived here in downtown Baltimore. A rogue shower.
yeah. And Cano pitching and throwing more pitches than his skipper would like. Never easy to pitch in the rain. The ball gets wet. Hands get wet. It hadn't rained hard enough yet, so your foot starts skidding. Ooh, slider to a lefty. 3-2.
That has not been used often.
No.
Ryan Valade out on deck. On to the right side. Flagged at second, but nobody is at first on that play. Alonso went far to his right.
And Yenier is kind of dozing off on the mound. Spring training, every ball hit to the right side. Get over there. Now, it's not going to be an easy play, but never even. Might have had a play. I mean, Palacio runs pretty well, so that's going to load him up for the Rays.
And he got caught watching a good game.
Yeah. I mean, it's harder for lefties because they fall off usually towards third base, but righties, we kind of pivot towards first base. Yeah, there's a lesson to be learned for even veterans that, you know, I only pitched in the bullpen when I was 19, but you come in an 11-1 game, you still got to have the intensity as if the game was 2-1.
Is that the biggest challenge?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they use it as a rationale for why you have a bad inning, but I hope he didn't hurt himself.
Oh. Yeah, that's concerning. The way that that pitch finished and then him walking towards the third base side. Oh, wow. And he's frustrated. Yennier Cano just kind of scoffed down at the scrub pad behind the mound.
Well, either that or he's upset with himself. So
Ben Frazier, one of the Orioles trainers, out chatting with Yennier Cano. See if we pick up anything here. Did his foot give out a little bit?
yeah, I don't know, maybe hamstring, left leg a little bit.
I watched. There's certainly a lot of frustration displayed by Yennier Cano there.
And maybe they kind of point to his hamstring.
Trainers out.
Yeah, Drew French's pitching coach going back.
Miguel Cairo out there.
He's going to leave.
Well, that is certainly unfortunate.
Well, hopefully it's a leg injury, which seems to be somewhat prevalent nowadays in Major League Baseball.
So now a scramble in the Orioles bullpen where they didn't want to be right now in the 8th inning, and that is emergency relief.
Well, that was Andrew Kittredge, who pitched an inning last night, and so hopefully it's not arm related.
We'll take a pause. Kittredge jogging in, bases loaded for the Rays. An 11-1 game. Where winning is everything. tune in tomorrow, 6 o'clock. O's Extra pregame show, lifting the lid on the 4-game series with the Toronto Blue Jays. O's Extra pregame presented by Bet365.
Melanie Newman will be back for that O's Extra pregame show.
Really? Melanie
Yeah.
in the house?
Yeah, it's true.
Well, Andrew Kittredge, the veteran, came in one really bad innings. That's why the ERA is 8.38. 4 out of the last 5 appearances. Scoreless. Former Ray.
And facing them again, while Andrew Kittredge continues his warm-up tosses, let's have a word from Hyundai.
Built for Monday, born for Saturday. How it should be. The Hyundai Santa Fe.
Get 0% APR or $2,750 bonus cash on a Hyundai Santa Fe or lease for $319 a month. Proud partner of the Baltimore Orioles.
COVID. Kittredge. And so the Orioles don't often sweep the Rays at home.
No, that is some sweep revenge indeed.
That was the 60-game schedule of the COVID year. Well, like we said, they've only lost, well, they've only had 3 3-game losing streaks. They have yet to have a 4-game losing streak if they lose tonight.
That is on the docket.
Yep.
Well, let's party at the Arch, shall we? It's presented by Coors Light. Join the fun on Friday as the O's will take on the Blue Jays with Party at the Yard, presented by Coors Light, featuring a post-game Star Wars-themed fireworks show presented by SeatGeek. And the first hour after gates open, you get $5 Coors Lights at the Coors Light roof deck and Orioles Legends Park. Plus, there's live music, we've got photo ops, we've got pregame entertainment. Get your tickets for Party at the Yard at Orioles.com/partyattheyard. You can dance your way to Friday night.
Well, Andrew Kittredge still getting loose. Gets to throw as many until he feels comfortable.
It's one of the 16,000 plus at the ballpark tonight, plus a massive contingent of puppies. It is another bark at the park. I always wondered, I'm just throwing this out there, in a downtown venue like Oriole Park is, where so many condos around and just the ease of living in the cityscape of Baltimore, what if there was a section every night at the ballpark where you could just, on your nightly walk the dog to the ballpark and have a dog only section if you buy a ticket to the game?
Well, we're going to have to talk to Mark Fine and Katie Griggs about that.
Just putting it out there. Dropping the line and a bobber in the water. Ryan Vallee gets a strike. Now 3-0. This is an inherited at bat for Andrew Kittredge. Strikeout would go to Kittredge. The walk would go to Yennier Cano.
And it just did. So now 11-2.
That will bump Victor Mesa in.
Well, down by 9. One of the best teams coming from behind. It's going to take some work here, but you do get 27 outs. And the Orioles still have to get another 6.
And one more moment at the plate for Cedric Mullins, too. He's really embraced the return to Oriole Park. He was talking with me in the bowels of the ballpark when I spotted him on the way to the cage on Monday morning. He said, man, it feels so awkward walking past that set of double doors. Continue the tour to the third base side where you walk through a curtain. He said, I've never been behind the curtain, never seen the inside of the visiting clubhouse. Fortes, Palacios, and Vallee aboard. Mullins behind 1 and 2.
Yeah, a little backdoor slider. So Andrew looking for an out. Cedric looking for a knock.
Cedric Mullins made a lot of fans since his debut at this ballpark back in 2018.
Well, again, he was part of the 101, 91 win seasons.
2 balls and 2 strikes. some individual struggles, certainly, and some massive individual accomplishments. Drives that pitch out of play. Kevin Cash was talking about the first time that he met Cedric Mullins was in that 30-30 season when he was managing the All-Star team. And he just walked away so impressed with how Cedric, young player at the time, handled himself, how he went about his business in what is a very chaotic 3 or 4 days. He's retired on strikes and there's one down. But that stuck in the back of the mind of Kevin Cash. So when he was available, he told the front office that is a guy that helps complete our clubhouse.
Yeah, and that and the fact, I mean, it's a good pitch right here. It's close enough where Cedric's got to chase. Can't quite catch up, but they're hoping he kind of gets back to where he was. Because he's going to help him defensively, he's going to help him base running, he's going to help him once again as a veteran on a young team, and they do have a lot of young players. But he's got to get into the 230, 240, 250 range. And he's on that way. Like we said, he's had a good May.
Ooh, close.
Kind of a strange year. I mean, if you think hitting's not hard, look at Tatis Jr., what he's gone, at least coming in, 198 at bats, and he's yet to hit a home run.
That's topped away.
That's a lot of at bats for a guy that big and strong as he is. Now I think he's hitting 255, but he's
200 at bats, right on the button tonight for the Padres.
no homers.
No homers. 7 extra base hits overall and 16 ribbies. 1-2 to Williams. Got him.
What a pitch. This is Andrew Kittredge at his best. Little slider. I mean, not a whole lot of break, but so well thrown outside corner. Williams a little bit of a wave. And you know, Yennier Cano is hoping, number one, he's okay, and whatever that injury was, and number two, can you save my earned run out there?
3 singles tonight for Hunter Fiducia. Probably the update, or at least the latest update, will come from Craig Albernaz when Rob Long is on O's Extra postgame. Top of the 8th inning. Kittredge trying to get out of this rather clogged up 8th. The rain has backed off. That's nice to see. Check swing. Did he go? Yeah, he did. How about 3 straight strikeouts for Andrew Kittredge? Emergency relief indeed. Big night for Gunnar Henderson at the plate, including launching a pair of home runs. He saw the changeup, and Jim, he teed off on the off speed.
Well, like you said, Mets doesn't throw a whole lot to lefties, and he was undefeated on the road this year. First coming off the IL, only his second start since the elbow problems, and then Gunnar just launched it. 5-run first inning.
Certainly made everybody in the ballpark exhale. Probably made Trey Gibson exhale.
Well, it certainly helps you relax a little bit. You still have to make your pitches, which he did. Got himself in and out of trouble.
This is the spot where Gunnar Henderson had been batting. Number 2 on the card. Weston Wilson came in and replaced him. Gunnar deservedly getting the night off. 2-run homer in the first. Solo home run for his second in the 6th.
Well, I find, you know, the Rays came in here, what, 34-15? And they were the best hitting team in runners in scoring position. They lose in 13 innings in a bizarre game on Memorial Day. And now they've won 2 for 18 with runners in scoring position the last 2 games. So like what everybody says, you know, sometimes you're not as good as you think you are, or people think you are when you're playing well. And I'm sure Kevin Cash says, I know we're capable of playing better than we have the last 3 nights.
Yeah, tonight a little different. I mean, there's 25 combined hits in this game.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they kicked it around a lot last night.
Well, they've had 11 guys in scoring position and only 1 hit. Now, would it make a difference if the Orioles put 11 on the board? It may make a difference because you may not have gone to the guys in the bullpen that you went to, but they did.
2-2 to Wilson. Bounce to the plate.
Anthony Nunez.
This will be a challenging appearance for him, just like Cano, pitching in a lopsided game. Weston Wilson rides it out to left field, backs up Simpson. Plenty of room to work. Rays lose tonight. Will be the first time this season that they've been swept, let alone their longest losing streak at 4 in a row. The only teams that have not been swept yet in the big leagues: Atlanta, Cleveland, and the Dodgers. Rutschman rifles it fair up the right field line. Adley's big night continues. He's got his second double and a 3-hit night. I got a lot closer. You have to remember the big arm of Mesa went out to right field.
Oh, he makes a great throw. So everybody talking about Adley being back. You know, you pitch him in. Much more controlled swing. Right here, that ball just down the middle, and he tomahawked. And there's the arm you talked about. Really nice tag by Williams.
Stay with that play. Second double of the night, the 11th and the 12th of the season for Rutschman. Aboard 4 times.
Well, what was that first game down in Tampa? The Orioles lose 16-6. The Rays had what, 18 hits? The Orioles have 16 tonight.
Pete's got one of them. His 1,000th career hit. There's the line tonight for Pete Alonso. 1 for 4 at the plate. Against the drip, got the toe of the first baseman, recovered by Palacios. Over to the pitcher to get the out.
Yeah, Hazley doing what you're supposed to do, which is cover the bag.
3-4-1.
Boulade makes a nice effort, but it gets off his glove, and look how long Palacios got to go. I mean, he's got to hustle, throw it, and then they get themselves an out.
Coachman takes third on the play. Kobe's going to continue in this game. Just wondered if the back issue and the lopsided score would get him out of the lineup here late. But he wants his at-bats. He's had a nice night at the plate. A couple of hits, 3 runs scored. Rutschman drifting away from third. Hale fouls it back, and it's 1-2. Easley's 1-2 in the air, left center field. Back goes Simpson.
Wow.
And he makes the play in front of the wall. Almost got there, Kobe. Big lead going to the ninth for the Birds. Highlights on this series finale against the Rays for the Orioles. Multiple homer game for Gunnar Henderson. His first for the Orioles overall this year. Kobe Mayo has tapped the plate 3 times. He's had a nice night at the plate. Big night at the plate for Blaze Alexander. How about him? His first home run with the Orioles, a 3-hit night, and every time he's gotten a base hit, he's driven in 2.
And then you could throw Adley in there with 3 hits and a walk, and doing a great job behind the plate. Anthony Nunez came in on Memorial Day with a 2-1 lead and gave up the double, which was played into a triple, and they would tie the game, and then the Orioles would eventually, in 13 innings, win 7-6. So young pitcher, great stuff. Still learning how to make the pitches you need to make to get guys out. You know, plus fastball 95, 96. There it is, 96, and then he's got a sweeper, got a good changeup.
1-2-3 for the Rays here in the ninth.
And there's the changeup that acts a little bit like a split finger fastball because it tumbles.
Two balls and a strike on Simpson. Offense is going to get a lot of the headlines tonight. It took good pitching for the Orioles to get there as well. Trey Gibson's first start at home goes 5 2/3. Oh, so close to turning in yet again another quality start for an Orioles member of the rotation. 1 run on 6 hits. Couple of walks early, 4 overall tonight. Bounce towards first, backing up Alonso, stays with it. Nunez hustles over. 1 down in the ninth.
Yeah, we talked about how, I mean, coming into this series, the Rays with the best rotation, at least the lowest ERA. So again, the Orioles have been terrific. With 2.33 ERA over the last 6. And that number doesn't go up tonight. And so it actually now 7 starts, all competitive starts. And you got Chris Bassett going tomorrow. You're hoping it continues against a team that he won 11 games for last year.
Oliver Dunn batting for Junior Caminero at the plate for the first time here in this 9th inning. Out to second. Waiting on it, Jeremiah Jackson, 2 down.
Yeah, good breaking ball to get the first out. Good change up to get the second.
Well, how are you feeling about the Orioles? What you've seen in this homestand, the Tigers ready to complete a 3-game sweep of the Rays. A little bit more balance.
Well, they needed to win, and you know, Tigers aren't playing well. The Rays were playing as well as anybody. Everybody says, oh yeah, they're the best team in baseball. No. They had the best record in baseball. That doesn't mean they're the best team. And to their credit, they were playing great. So all of a sudden you lose 3 in a row, and actually 4 in a row because they got beat 2-0 up in New York. And the beat goes on. I mean, the Orioles have 104 more games to go after tonight.
0-1 to Mesa.
And that's 104 games where they can show the baseball world, are they a good team? Are they an average team?
Win tonight would get them within 4 games of the 500 mark.
Well, they've also won 5 out of 6, so you got to start somewhere.
In the air, foul ground. Wilson going back underneath it to finish the ball game. And the Baltimore Orioles explode on a big night for a 9-run win, and they return the favor. They sweep the Tampa Bay Rays All three here at Camden Yards. A massive night for Gunnar Henderson. He launches a pair of home runs. Blaze Alexander drives in a career-high 6 on a 3-hit night, including launching his first home run with the Orioles. And it is all smiles and high fives on a winning edition of Orioles baseball tonight.
Well, 4 for 14 with runners in scoring position, 3 home runs. Blaze Alexander, well, he doesn't go out in a blaze, but he blazed tonight. Good defense. They turned 3 double plays. Trey Gibson, in his second major league start, gets his first major league win. They support him well. And when he needed to throw strikes, when he needed to throw ground balls, he was the master of the ground ball.
Craig Albertez fired up. His Orioles complete the sweep of the Tampa Bay Rays. They've won 4 out of the last 5 here at home. They are now 17-13 here at Oriole Park. And Blaze Alexander with the sweet swing, getting his first in Birdland. Everybody happy, celebrating the home run. And our highlight of the night, our star of the show, Blaze Alexander, driving in 6 on a 3-hit night, a single, a double, and of course your first Orioles home run. Blaze, you had a big turnaround here in the month of May. I know it's a season of ebbs and flows. What has made the difference for you recently at the plate?
Yeah, just this couple of weeks ago, but I was just talking with Brady, Brady, our hitting coach, and he was like, what do you got on a like more of a forward move, meaning like forward pressure, and that's what I've done the past couple years, so it just kind of clicked, and man, it's repeatable, and that's all you can really ask for at the plate, man. Just repeatable, consistent, and man, the barrels are coming.
Is that the most RBIs you've ever had in a game?
I don't know. I don't.
Well, I'm not counting Little League, Pony League, Babe Ruth.
Oh yeah, I had I know I had 2 doubles and a grand slam. I don't know how many RBIs I had. That was in 24, but it was 5 or 6, but. I'll take it, man. It was a hell of a game and a hell of a win by all of us.
Can I ask you a question? Trey Gibson gets his first major league win. You guys obviously get off to a great start. He throws 3 double plays. You were a part of it.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of ground balls tonight for him.
Oh, yeah. He was on, man, and that's kind of, stuff he brings, man. I wouldn't say like quick innings, but dude, he just controlled the game, and man, got us in the dugout, and offense, we were able to explode, and Trey, I forget how many innings, 6 or 7 innings, but just dominant, man. Just did his thing, man. Bunch of zeros on the scoreboard, and man, couldn't be happier for him.
Blaze, we've seen you play 4 different defensive positions in this homestand alone. How do you stay sharp?
Yeah, man, just be an athlete. I'm playing everywhere. Don't really know where I'm going to play, each day, but that's all right, man. As long as I'm in that lineup and can contribute, that's all I want to do, man. Have tough at bats, go out there, make some plays for our pitchers, get in there, man, and score some runs. That's it.
Well, great offensive night, but as a former pitcher, kind of like the defense too.
Oh, heck yeah, man. 2 double plays. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Congratulations, Blaze. Congratulations to you and the whole clubhouse.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Let's keep going.
Let's keep going. That's what he tells everybody. An 11-2 victory for the Orioles. They take all 3 against the Tampa Bay Rays. They are now 26-30 on the season. The Hall of Famer Jim Palmer will have his commentary about tonight's victory coming up in O's Extra postgame. Rob Long will have it. I'm Ben Wagner. Enjoy the rest of your night, Birdland.